Four teams have battled through the opening round of the college football playoff, and now the pressure and the intensity continue to mount as we go to the quarterfinals, moving away from home sites and onto neutral fields. What's the bigger factor, the battle-tested team or the better-rested team? Welcome, folks, to AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys, right here in Arlington, Texas, as we'll see the number 9 seed in this playoff, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Florida Gators. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Broomstreet. Time to find out who's going to be moving on in the college football playoff. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway.
Texas.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football to the 25-yard line. Some pre-snap movement, back in motion. And one takes it across the 30-yard line.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Toss play, back heads to his right. And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
That was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Here's the option play. Pitch play to the back. He's found some room at the 45. Here he goes. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get him to third down. They load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back at coming up with that conversion.
They're going to run the option. He'll pitch it. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
Early drama here in this playoff game. It's a 4-point play. They try to convert on 3rd down in the red zone. It's an option look. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Has a path to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators, as they claim the lead here in this playoff game. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Bringing it out, it's Hodges. He's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Now it's 2nd down here. goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Pressure is coming. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, good job here getting into the backfield and coming up with this sack here by the defensive line for the Florida Gators. And, Chris, you think about Florida, you think about defensive linemen, you think about an incredible history and legacy that they've had over the years. Start with Javon Curse, the freak, what he was able to do. And Kevin Carter, all the sacks he came up with. Dante Fowler, such speed off the edge. Even Derek Harvey, boy, he had an incredible year in '06 when the Gators won the national championship. And we're still seeing them dominate the line of scrimmage today.
The Longhorns will bring their punt team onto the field. He's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. We'll see what he can do with the return. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Florida offense retakes the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. They'll run the option. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Has the first down and is still going. Breaks into the clear. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal yardage to the 9.
You talk about a headache for a defensive coordinator. You got to plan around that kind of speed and discipline and elusiveness from a quarterback like this. Man, it creates nightmares that this defensive coordinator, I'm sure, dealt with.
Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there. It cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. The Gators looking to punch it in here. It's first and goal. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Really tough to run a good counter play when the linebackers aren't fooled at all. This time they get down in a hurry into the line of scrimmage to make that play.
After a disastrous first down play, they're backed up on second and goal. They'll try to run it with the option. Pitches to the back. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
Good job by the defense forcing this pitch to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. The problem is they gave up some positive yards there, but at least they brought him down.
After that big play to start the drive, they got close, but now it's third and goal. And the back now goes in motion. Defense is coming after him. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack.
Boy, it's third and goal, Chris, and they decide to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the football. The defense comes up with this big sack. And as an offensive coordinator, I don't think it's a bad call at all, but you got to put more pressure on this quarterback to make quicker decisions to get the ball out of his hands much quicker. I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Picks up the first, looking for more. They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a first down. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Handoff here from the shotgun. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball at the 44.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them...
He's in the clear. Touchdown, Texas, as they fight back here in this playoff game.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play. And here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. First play of the drive now from the 25. Quarterback's got it on the option. And the quarterback keeps it here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Oh, my gosh. Give this defense all the credit in the world. They had their eyes in the right position, playing assignment football. Quarterback just looking for daylight. Couldn't find anywhere to go there on the keeper on the option. Again, that's great assignment football by the defense.
They look to throw it here on second down. Snags with the throw. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Out of the gun now on third down. The pass rush closing in. The pass rush gets home.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Here comes the opening play of the drive. They begin at their own 45. They'll run it here. They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Here he goes. You're finally able to bring him down. That's a big momentum play to wrap up the first quarter. And Florida has the lead, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. What is a huge opportunity for both these programs to get a step closer to a national championship. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Someone got a hand up to deflect that one.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Quarterback delivers quickly. A receiver on the screen. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Longhorns. That's how you finish a play.
Chris, it's a great touchdown by the quarterback and receiver, but I just can't help but think this is why defensive coordinators work so hard on the pursuit drill. Better effort from the collective defense might have prevented that from being a touchdown.
So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. The Gators offense retakes the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together in this drive with a little more urgency. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. The Gators hustle to the line to crank up the tempo.
Boy, it looked like the quarterback was caught in between. Should I hand it off? Should I pull it and make the throw? Ends up getting some positive yards, but I think they missed a chance for a bigger gain.
First down here for this offense. Throws a stiff arm. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid gain. Stay ahead of the chains.
Getting set. Here's second down. He hands it off from the gun. Good enough for first down yardage.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
And the Gators pick up enough yardage for a first down. They'll try the option play here. And here's the handoff. Gets the first and still running. They finally stop him. Big play. Moves the ball to the 22.
Oh, man, what a read here by this quarterback. You know, he's trying to keep it himself until the defense takes him away. Good job at pitching it. How about the skill guys on this offense? Can they cover some ground? Great pickup for this offense.
Looks like he's going to run it. Pointer in the end zone. He'll be muscled out of bounds very close to the goal line.
Hello, Mr. Defensive Coordinator. You may want to account for the quarterback. Are you kidding me? A quarterback scramble for this many yards? You got to make adjustments. Account for this guy's legs.
Back-to-back big plays. Defense is reeling. Set up first and goal now. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Second down and goal upcoming. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Florida.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
And they tack on the extra point.
17, Texas, 14.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hodges. And they stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Longhorns offense takes the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn in the early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Washington. Quick throw, testing the middle. Oh, the pass is picked off. Look out, he's in the clear.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
And the offense gets a chance to start with a short field. Back in motion now. Now here's the toss play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, how about the defensive speed there in team pursuit? They recognize the toss sweep from the middle of the field and show their team speed to be able to eliminate this play.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. Second down and 11. And there's the handoff. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. The Gators will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down.
Chris, the advantage you have, obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, running the RPO, is you get time to evaluate that first and second level of the defense and see where they're going. Unfortunately, the defense didn't show him much, and the back ends up taking it for just a few.
Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop. Offense showing a bunch formation now. Here comes a handoff. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss of the ball. Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. He escapes the pocket. It's a deep shot to the right. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. Sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently of protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
Longhorns bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Ball handed off. He's past the marker and still going. Tackle made after a solid run by the junior.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out and fun and gun and attacking downfield. I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a first down on the ground, relying on an offensive line and their running back.
Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This can create some problems for a defense. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Looks right for a quick completion. Falls on it himself to avoid disaster.
Wow, the defense makes a huge play.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Drop him back. They're going to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the catch. They make the stop, but it'll be 1st and 10 now from the 18.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to scramble. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Gators.
I'll tell you what, in this first half, this quarterback seemed to be making all the right reads and showing the accuracy that he's shown all year long. Outstanding pass, great conversion. They put 6 more on the board.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Bringing it out, it's Hodges. He's brought down at the 16, but they're better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. Scanning the field, it's Washington. The short completion of the tight end. It's a nice game. They'll move the football up to the 27. Longhorns looking to crank up the tempo a bit. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Breaking free at midfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid game.
What a huge play for this offense as this half is coming to a close. Here's where you've got to get a little greedy because what seemed like a drive where you're happy to maybe come up with 3 points, now you've got a real shot to maybe put the ball in the end zone.
And it falls incomplete. Here's the second down play. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first half.
That pass is incomplete. Unclear who the intended receiver was that time.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, that's going to cost him.
The pass is intercepted. He goes down, but they'll have a chance here now just before halftime.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Big shot downfield here early in the game. Couldn't quite connect, but even on an incompletion, these deep shots do a good job of keeping those safeties back and can open up other aspects of this offense.
Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Breaks loose at the 45. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
Lets it go under heavy pressure, taking a shot. And it's hauled in, catch made way downfield. And a huge game with 4. He's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to get us going in the second half. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Emphasis here on cutting down on turnovers, a couple of them in the first half, and that's why they're trailing. They test the middle but get stuffed. That one goes nowhere.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play. Quarterback now all alone in the backfield.
It's Washington. Grabbed by the receiver. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's an out route. The catch made. He'll earn the first down, but paid for it with a hard hit.
Good job by this offensive line and a great throw by the quarterback to get that first down there on third down. It's exactly what they needed to do. This is too big of a game. They've come too far. They're in the playoff. You're down in the second half. Good job of keeping this drive alive.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
The pass knocked down by the defense. Incomplete.
Well, the defense was all over the field in the first half, and as we see here, more of the same to start this third quarter. Big question to me is, now you got a fourth down. You look at that scoreboard, I'm going to start to wonder, should I go for this?
They'll kick it away here. And that pump will just bounce out of bounds, so no return. Back out on the field now. Always looking to throw. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. Second down play coming up for this offense. Play action fake. Looking to throw. On the move now. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Goes to his right side there for the completion. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. So no long field goal attempt. The offense is on the field to go for it on fourth down.
Well, that is another nice run by this running back, and they needed every yard on that particular play here on fourth down. This guy continues to grind it out and get the yards that he needs to lead this offense to a big day.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they bring him down. Blocker's not much help on the screen there. He's short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Running out of time in the pocket. And it's incomplete. The defensive pressure affected his throw that time.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
After the incompletion, the lineup here for a 3rd and 7. And the wideout goes in motion. Here's the option play. He's got the first down and still motoring. They bring him down, but a simple quarterback keeper for a solid gain and a fresh set of downs.
What a luxury for an offensive coordinator to trust the quarterback on 3rd and long to be able to pick up the first down off the option. Flawless execution. Remove the sticks.
They'll hand it off. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Boy, what patience here by this quarterback. I thought he might try to get it downfield, get a little impatient. Instead, why not just check it down to the most gifted guy on your team? Get him out in space, let him do the rest of the work for a touchdown.
Florida, 31. Texas, 14.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hodges. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Offense takes the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and receiver just seem to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
And one big play has moved the ball across midfield. 1st and 10 in enemy territory. To the air, it's Washington. Moves out of the pocket. And he just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Caught quickly. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. The receiver makes the catch. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches.
Well, the receiver made a heck of an effort. He broke that one tackle, but there's just too many defenders flying to the football. Great stop by this defense to make sure he did not reach the 1st down mark.
Crucial play. Down double digits in the 2nd half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to run it. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
And now the first play of this drive, they're set up at the 37. They're going to run the option. Quarterback keeps the football. Has the 1st down and more. Broken tackle still going. They make the stop after a huge play. Moves the ball to the 35.
Just outstanding. Execution here by the quarterback and being patient in the option game and eventually picking up the 1st down and showing what he can do with his legs. Something that the Gators love to do is incorporate that option game just to keep that defense honest.
1st and 10 play coming up. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Now, the defense is not fooled at all. I will tell you, I'm surprised by the call. Now, that's not Brock Bowers out there. They hand it off to the tight end, and the defense is all over it.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. It's an option look. It's a quarterback keeper. He's got the 1st and still going. They finally make the tackle, but a huge gain down to the 15.
Man, the defense, it's all about assignment football. Somebody's got to be able to account for the quarterback, which they do. Nobody's left for the pitch man. Good job of this offense picking up some positive yards.
And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. Brought down after a short gain. That'll wrap up the third. And Florida has the lead, Kirk, as we break for the quarter. We played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. So who's going to pick up the W as we begin the final quarter of play? First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Quick throw caught on the left side. The reception nets about 7 yards, but 4th down coming up here. And the Gators will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense.
Hey, let's face it, this aggressive approach has helped them build the lead that they've had. But what they've done now by not executing and getting this first down, they've given the opponent really good field position and a chance to get back in the game.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Hey, it's positive yards, right? That's never a bad thing. But let's face it, these guys got a long way to go in a short amount of time to do it. So let's get the ball downfield and let's get out of bounds to try to preserve that clock.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, they'll keep the running game churning. They test the middle there, but get nothing.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Catch made on the out route. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. And runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
He'll take a deep shot here. It's caught inside the 30 and still going. They finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 25.
Now the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend but don't break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is...
Football comes out, and the ball will bounce out of bounds, so they avoid the turnover.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. You can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
And it's a wildcat look here as they try to convert on 3rd down. Direct snap. Headed for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And the PAT makes it a 10-point deficit, 31-21. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Florida offense retakes the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down try. Can they get something going here? We'll try to run it with the option. Look out, room to run here.
Well, if there's a silver lining for the defense, at least this quarterback didn't get out and gash him for a first down. But now they've got options coming up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they go back to him again.
Quarterback will throw it off the one-pass option. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
First down, looking to throw the ball. And here comes a deep shot. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. Touchdown, Gators. No chance to catch him there.
Boy, we see more and more of this in college football. You get the right guy in that slot. They can win the one-on-one matchups. You take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score, 17 here in the fourth.
21.
Bringing it out, it's Hodges. He'll be tackled at the 21. That's good work by the coverage team. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Back to throw. It's Washington. The pocket breaking down. Short throw to the back, an easy completion. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Bringing pressure. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time, and now third down coming up.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the clock as you go.
And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort when the defense holds. Now it's fourth down.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of it. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
The decision to go for it doesn't work out this time. The offense, excellent field position to start this drive. Send the back in motion. Quarterback's got it on the option. And now it's fumbled. What a decision. Looks like the defense has it for a takeaway.
Just a critical error here by this offense late in the game, working with the lead. The last thing you want to see is obviously a turnover. But give credit to this defense. They got the ball back to their own offense, and now they got a real shot.
Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Love the idea of the defense getting more speed on the field, whether it's nickel or dime. Get as many defensive backs on the field as you can, and then sit back when you're working with this kind of lead in the fourth quarter. You don't want to give up the big play. Force them to throw underneath, tackle them inbounds, and keep that clock moving.
Looking to pass. It's Washington. Makes a quick catch. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense facing some serious urgency, trying to come up with a miracle late here. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. And it's a direct snap. Defense makes the tackle, but that wildcat look does produce a first down.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in this playoff game, no adjustments. Go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
Direct snap. He's running out of time here. Pass ball is incomplete, but the defense may have jumped.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
Gift to the offense with the offsides makes it 1st and 5. And he'll set up to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Boy, what a job here by this defense, mixing up their looks. They get to him again. Hit him as releasing the ball. Just a rough night for the poor quarterback, and a great job by the defense of winning the line of scrimmage and affecting the quarterback.
After the incompletion, they'll line up now for 3rd and 5. Back to pass. It's Washington. Lets it fly to the wideout. Oh, and he could not haul it in. A 3rd down drop. Brings up 4th now.
On 3rd and short, the offense coordinator has his entire playbook open. You could run it or you could throw it. Either one's available. They chose to go through the air here. They're just not able to hit it.
And this pass is on target. Caught. He goes down right there, but it's enough for a fresh set of downs for this offense. Just gets it away. It's a deep ball. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
They'll try the option play here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. Quarterback pre-snap adjustment snap for this defense. Throwing off play action. Buying time now, rolling to his left. Makes the catch downfield. Breaks into the clear. The 40. At the 30. Taken down, but not before he makes the 1st down.
Chris, I'm kind of surprised they're still taking shots downfield. They got a big lead. We're in the 4th quarter. Run the ball. Get out of Dodge. Keep everybody healthy.
So one enormous play has this offense inside the 30. Let's see if they can cash in this scoring opportunity. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Here's the option play. Ball comes loose. The defense scoops it up. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. The 10. Touchdown, Longhorns. A defensive score in this playoff game. Wow.
The big fella takes it all the way back for a touchdown. I mean, this linebacker's been hitting people all day. He finally gets to show what he can do when he gets his hands on the football. I remember this guy played running back in high school. He hasn't had his hands on a football in a long time, but clearly remembers what to do with it after he picks up that fumble.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here.
28.
But they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could wrap up the ball game.
So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin at the 42. Hand it off out of the shotgun. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48.
Well, the defense better start adjusting and realizing the RPO is coming at them. Feels like they're just sitting back, worried about the potential big play through the air. Meanwhile, this offense is running the ball right down their throat.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground? And the defense calls time here with 23 seconds left.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
QB decides to keep it here. Nowhere to run up the middle. And a timeout taken by the defense. 18 seconds left on the clock.
Boy, the options dried up quickly for the quarterback here. Very, very fortunate he was somehow able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The tight end goes in motion before the snap. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football.
Third down and long, and they go play action. Puts the quarterback in a tough spot by taking his eyes off of the coverage. Now, I get that it can maybe help the protection, but here it did not, and now you have a sack.
Here comes fourth down, and look at this. They line up in the Wildcat formation, and it's a direct snap. He escapes the pocket. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete on the final play, but they wrap up the win.